Hello, it's Mr. Eason here with just some extra homework help for section 1.2, which is read and write numbers. We had a little bit of trouble in this section for a couple of the classes, so I wanted to go back over some of the strategies that we worked on in class after we did the work in the book, so that when they complete the homework tonight, they might be able to look back at some of these strategies. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at a number in each of the three forms, and we're going to turn it into the other two forms because that's a lot of what the homework is tonight. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at a number in word form, and we are going to turn it into standard form and expanded form. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to try to figure out how to put this number into standard form, or just regular numbers. And I taught the students to do a couple of things. First, I taught them to circle what is in front of the word thousand, right here, and to write that first. So the words say 208, so I asked the students to write 208. Next I say, what does the word thousand mean? And the word thousand means that there are 3 more digits, so we need 3 more digits here after that comma. And we need to put the number 35 into the 3 digits. And so we might be able to play around with that. But what we should ultimately end up with is knowing that that 0 needs to be in the hundreds place because there isn't anything about hundreds. Then we have our 35. And that is how to write that number, 208,035. So that's standard form. So let me just kind of label this word form, standard form. And then let me show you how I taught the students how to get expanded form if they were having trouble with it. If they don't have trouble with it and they understand it, that's fine. They can use whatever strategy they'd like. If they had a little bit of trouble with it, here's the strategy I taught. So that 5 is just worth 5. There are no zeros on the end of that. That 3 is worth 30, so it gets 1 0. The hundreds place gets 2 zeros. Thousands gets 3 zeros. 10,000s gets 4 zeros. And the 100,000s get 5 zeros. And I call this the triangle method or the stair-step method, but ultimately what that's doing is it's telling you the value of each of those digits so that we could go through and put it into expanded form. So the expanded form here, you read the 2 with the zeros on it, so 200,000. Now we don't have to write the 10,000s place because there's a 0, so we need to write our 8,000. We don't have to write our hundreds place. We can write our 30, and we can write our 5. Now it's important to note, if they wanted to put in the zeros there that are here and here, they could. It's not going to change it. That's the reason we don't have to put it in there, because anything plus 0 is just itself. So that is taking a word form and turning it into standard form, which is just these 6 numbers, and expanded form, which is here. Next, we will look at this number right here, which is in standard form. We're going to put it in words and into expanded form. So first we'll do the expanded form. Again, we're going to go through that 0 trick to where we look at it and we put the number of zeros that would go on the end of each digit. The 9 gets no zeros. The 10s place gets 1 0 added. 4 gets 2 zeros. The thousands place gets 3 zeros. The 6 gets 4 zeros because it's in the 10,000s place, and the 3 gets 5 zeros because it's in the 100,000s place. So that is our stair step or our triangle method, and all we need to do to make that the expanded form is to write it out. So we'll do 300,000 just by reading down vertically, plus 60,000 plus 5,000 plus 400 plus 9. Okay? So that would be our expanded form of that number. Now we're going to work on the word form, and I'm going to show you just another little trick that I taught them to work on. And it's to read 3 digits at a time. So first you need to read that 365, and that's just read 365. So we would type 365. This comma right here means the word thousand comes next, and then we read the next 3 numbers in a row, 409. So I'm going to pause, and when I come back we will look at the words. And here are our words. We have 365,409. And again, we read that 365 first. We write it first. That comma means 1,000. And then we read the last three numbers, 409. And that is the way to turn a standard form number into expanded form and to word form. And last, we have a number in expanded form. We need to turn it into word form and standard form. So we'll turn it into standard form first. This is always a little bit tricky if we don't really understand the place value. So if they get it and they can understand how to put this number correctly, great. If they don't, here's my strategy. What they need to think about is how many numbers are in this largest number here. So there are 6 digits there. What that means is we need, in our number that we're going to make, 6 digits. Because there are 6 digits in the biggest number. So all we do now is we can work from either side. The 6 only has 1 digit, so the 6 goes in our first place value spot. The 70 has 2 digits, so that 7 goes in our second place value spot. There are no numbers with 3 digits, so we put a 0 in our third place value spot. The 3,000 has 4 digits, so we're going to put a 3 in that fourth place value spot. There are no numbers with 5 digits, so we put a 0 in that fifth place value spot. And then the 400,000 has 6 digits, so we put a 4 in the sixth place value spot. So as long as you know how many digits are in the first number, you should be able to create the number fairly simply. So lastly, we will turn it into word form. Again, it's all about reading 3 digits at a time. So we read this, which is 403. And now that comma here means the word 1,000, so we'll put the 1,000 next. Now we need to read the last 3 digits in our number, which are 76, right here. So all we need to do is type in 76, and then we should be finished. And there we have it. We have turned our number in expanded form up at the top to standard form and word form. Hopefully this helps with the homework, and I will see you in class tomorrow.